hard guy to roast, but not impossible. Maybe impossible. No, I think I got it. There we go. I didn't know how to roast you, and I needed some information about you. I was suggested this morning I should have called Art Hosey because apparently there's dirt there. I didn't call Art. So what I did, I know you go to Punta Cana every year, right? 17 years I'm told. So what do? I call you resort. And I got a Miss Rodriguez at the front desk at the resort. Well, she's heard of you. And I don't introduce myself other than I'm Carl and I'm interested in why I might want to come to your resort. Tell me on your resort. Why would I want to come to your resort for 17 years? Is there something subliminal going on? I don't know what it is. At any rate, she starts selling me on the restaurants and the swimming pools and the different places you can eat every night. And I don't know what else goes on there, but I'm assuming sunglasses are involved, perhaps. At any rate, I finally tell her who I am and that I know you two. And you could just feel the smile come across the phone because she happens to know you guys. And she starts saying something in Spanish. And I need an interpreter. Ralph, do you know what that says?
Something about optional bathrooms.
There's apparently a special beach there that I've never heard of.
Neither have we.
That's not what she told me. In fact, she asked me for my email address because she has pictures that she would like to share on this night because this night was obviously an auspicious night, and she knew that. So she emails me pictures. They erected statues to you two. And Mary Lee, I can't leave you out of this. Thank God for Barracuda spam protection software. That's all I can do, Jim. I'm sorry. What I thought we would do tonight is walk backwards in time while you've been at Swindell by 10 years because it's easy and there's the right number of speakers to do this. Okay. So let's go back 10 years. What was going on at Swindell? We're working on contract number 1566. Ralph has no clue what that is. You remember what that is?
You're going back too far now.
10 years, man, 10 years.
Right.
It's a Corning project. Okay? But what was going on outside in the world at that time? Forget Swindell for a second. What was going on out in the outer world? The Republic of Ireland, 10 years ago, not very long ago, banned smoking in all public places. And that's appropriate for the person who wants to speak first to you tonight. God knows that.
Okay.
Stand up.
Okay, anyone see me? Thank you for not doing my speech. Okay. Jim Wright is one of the last of a special group of people at Swindell Retirement, many of whom are here tonight. Guys. These guys knew how to work together to get the job accomplished. Teamwork was a way of life for them. Jim is another one who goes about quietly doing his work and does what needs to be done without being asked. He does it because it needs to be done. Jim treats everyone with respect. When I started here 10 years ago, he was one of the ones who welcomed me into the Swindell family. It was a family environment, and it was so enjoyable to meet all of the family members at the company picnics. And I want to mention Mary Lee here, because she has always been so warm and friendly to me every time I saw her. I've seen Jim in meetings. He's so quiet, but when he asks a question, you can see it's well thought out, and everyone stops to listen to him. I hope the younger guys here have learned from him, but I know the years of experience can't be learned or taught in a short period of time. Technology has changed quickly over the years. Some people find it hard to change, but Jim was always one to take notes and learn quickly any new software that came his way, sometimes faster and with less complaining than the younger guys. 50 years at any one company is almost unheard of in this day and age. I'm so thankful that I was able to work with Jim for the last 10. He was one of my favorites, and I will miss him.
Another 10 years goes by. Swindell is working on contract 1357.
Another corn.
It's a corny. Swindell's just recently changed over from pencils and parallel slides and French curves and plastic angles and whatever else to AutoCAD. Mr. Shishelsky, stand up for a second. No. What is harder, 2H or HB? You can sit down. Before AutoCAD, to do line weight control, we had different levels of lead. How many different pencils did you have in your, or leads did you have in your collection? Yeah, exactly. Isn't that something? HB software. What's going on outside of Swindell? Howard Stern radio show premieres in Chicago, the 26th city of the syndication. I always plan it there. Worth $550 million or something crazy. David, you got a word? Hey, you! Wake up.
I'm going to stand up here, but you know, one of the people here had a momentous birthday on May 3rd, and one of the big ones. What a birthday on May 3rd! I know it wasn't your 80th, it wasn't your 60th, but it was in between there someplace.
Maybe the 70th?
Well, I think we all got to sing happy birthday to the very lady. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Mary. Happy birthday to you.
Thank you, everybody, very much.
I got this little cheat thing here. I got post-Alzheimer's, so I got to be careful. But I met Jim a number of years ago. Jim was a coach for the little girls' baseball team, and I was a coach for the little girls' baseball team. And I think my daughter was 12 at that time. My daughter Kristen and Lisa, I think you must have been 12 at that time. Right now, my daughter is going to be 48 on August 31st.
No, she wasn't.
I've known Jim for 36 years, which is a pretty long time. You know, when we played baseball, I don't know who won the games or who didn't, but you know, when I sat there, I was pretty quiet watching the game. Jim was bitching at the referees all the time. Throwing his hand down the ball. Wait a minute, I time doing that, and I think, if we had it to do over again, we certainly would do it.
Absolutely.
That was a great time. Rolling the clock forward, the next time I ran into Jim was like September of 1991. That's when we first got involved in buying Swindell. And that was a rough time at Swindell. The building looks like it does now, maybe a paint job and that kind of stuff. We're going to do something this year. We're going to have some major work done on the building, I think. But had a for sale sign on it. And, we walked to the building, and everybody kind of scowled at us. The only guy smiling was Jim. And we knew each other from being a coach, and we recognized each other right off the bat. I hadn't seen Jim since those days. Everybody else was kind of down in the dumps and everything, and saying, "Gee, here come these yo-yos. What are they going to do?" And Andy and I saying, "Look at these yo-yos. What are they going to do?" But we all gelled, and we're still here. But one of the reasons that we really gelled was guys like Jim. Jim was a smart guy, dedicated worker, team player, the whole ball of wax. Jim, he did a hell of a good job for us. And one of the things that everybody says about Jim is that he's one of the nicest guys you get around. I've never had anybody say a bad thing about you. There's nobody else in the room I can say that about. But customers like you. Corning loved it. How much Corning, if it wasn't for Corning, we probably wouldn't be here today, much as they were pain in the rear end. But you did a good job keeping on the line. It was a great time. Let's see what happened this time. But anyway, 50 years is a long time. And the company had their 100th anniversary last year or this year, whatever it was. So of those 100 years, you've been here about 50 of them. When you showed up, a young guy, probably about 20 years old when you came here, something like that. There were probably guys there that were there 30 or 40 or maybe 50 years. So you know everything about the whole company. Really, you probably know more than about anything than anybody else. But I think you got the longest continuous, 50 years is the longest continuous time. I got my key researcher working on this. She's been working on it for about 2 weeks. And she'll be back to me promptly in months to come. I think that's right. I know John had a long timer, but didn't you have some time off or something in between? So, I don't know, if you didn't, you were going to have to stay a few more years. But you got the longest continuous service, I think, of anybody that ever worked this round out. And I think that's pretty good. But thanks a lot for all the help that you've done and everything that you've done for us. But if you look at Jim, he's been here 50 years. You guys must be married at least 50 years.
In November.
In November, because I was at 36, and she was 12, that's 48. You've been pregnant for a little while. So 50 years, I'm sure we're here. And, I think, you can judge a guy's life by looking at the table. 50 years in the company. I know he's had a great marriage to Mary Lee for 50 years. Got 2 great kids that he's very, very proud of. He's got 4 grandchildren. And he's a typical grandfather, I'm sure. Nobody's smarter, nobody's better, nobody does more cute things than anybody's grandchild. But that's what life is all about. And I think you guys, look at how close the family is, and that's what makes a successful life. And I'm glad that you've been with us, and I hope you have a great time working for the company, and I hope you have a great retirement. Take that money out of the piggy bank and spend it. Go and do something fun, because these are the good years, really. I'm a lot older than 70, and we're really having a great time right now. I'm stuck here working. 4 months in Florida, we have a ball. Anyway, Jim, thanks a lot. We really appreciate everything.